Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best triple monitor arms.
Starting at number 5.
Mountit, a full. The Mountit full motion dual monitor arm is a solid choice for those who want to mount dual monitors while paying as little as possible for a monitor arm. This arm is relatively easy to set up, though there are some limitations to it given the fact that it has fewer parts. The arms simply mount to a pole, which is how you'll raise or lower your monitors. The arms support relatively large monitors up to 32 inches, which is helpful for those who want as much screen real estate as possible. Note, you'll likely have a hard time mounting two ultra-wide monitors that large. Also, of course, the arm is very cheap, you can get it for around $35. This arm has some serious limitations to it though. The two arms are connected in a way that prevents you from being able to mount them at different heights. For example, you can rotate the monitors 90 degrees, however they look like that is how you'll have to keep them. However, if those limitations around placement aren't a big deal to you, you'll love what's on offer by the Mountit full motion dual monitor arm.
Coming at number 4.
Vari dual monitor. Sometimes you need a little more screen real estate, and in that situation a dual monitor arm is worth going for. The best of these is the Vari dual monitor arm, which is well designed and strong and supports two monitors of up to 27 inches each. That should be more than enough display for the vast majority of users who want to build a dual screen setup. We did find some issues with the Vari dual monitor arm, notably, the arm is relatively complicated, and while the instructions walk you through the process, you'll still find that it takes longer than average to set up the arm. Additionally, you'll only be able to set it up in the first place with a desk of around 2.25 inches or less. We tried installing it on a thicker desk, and simply couldn't. And, the mount is a little expensive, though that's not all that surprising given the fact that it's relatively high quality. If you fit the criteria of having a desk within that range of thickness, the ability to pay for the arm, and the time to set it up, you'll love what's on offer by the Vari dual monitor arm.
At number 3.
Amazon Basics Monitor. Those looking for a monitor arm on a budget should go for the Amazon Basics Monitor Stand. This monitor arm may not look or feel as premium as the likes of the Herman Jarvis, but it gets all the basics right, allowing you to mount a monitor up to 30 inches. The Amazon Basics Monitor Stand is cheap, and it feels a little cheap. I never felt like it wasn't going to hold the monitor I mounted to it, but the materials and build certainly didn't feel as premium as the other options on this list, and I wouldn't necessarily want to mount a 30-inch monitor to this arm long-term. The range of motion is a little limited compared to the other options too, though unless you need your monitor particularly high, I think most people will find the range of height perfectly adequate. Of course, even though the arm is relatively cheap feeling, that's kind of the point. It is much less expensive than the other options, and if you're a student or could simply stand to save a few bucks, it'll easily get the job done.
Number 2 of my list.
Ergotron LX Desk. If you want a monitor arm that steps things up a little in overall build and features, the Ergotron LX Desk monitor arm is worth considering. This monitor arm supports monitors up to 34 inches, which is a little larger than some of the others on this list, plus it has a wider range of motion for easier positioning. The monitor arm is relatively easy to use, and I was able to install it with the tools provided in the box. There are more adjustments to this arm than the Jarvis, and it'll take you a few extra minutes to set up, but that's because of the fact that it has a slightly different build to allow for larger monitor sizes. The arm is still well designed, though I don't like the look as much as the Jarvis, and should look great on any desk. The LX Desk monitor is available in two variants, with the difference being the pole size that attaches to the desk. The taller pole will allow you to mount your monitor higher up, however, of course, not everyone will need this. Most will be perfectly happy with the standard height pole. Regardless of the model you get, you'll get a lift range of 13 inches.
And number 1.
Herman Jarvis. The Herman Jarvis single monitor arm is the best do-it-all monitor arm for most people. It's well designed and offers a range of features, plus it's relatively easy to set up. The Jarvis single monitor arm comes with easy-to-follow instructions, and I was able to set it up in around 20 minutes or so. There are components in the box for a clamp-style or grommet-style setup. I was able to set it up completely using the included Allen wrench, however in some setup situations you'll need a screwdriver. I found the cable management tools relatively easy to use. They come off and reattach easily, allowing you to easily hide your display and power cables. The monitor is very adjustable once it's set up, so you can easily raise or lower your monitor. In particular, this option offers a large range of motion, so if your setup isn't as traditional as others, this might suit you. It comes in one of 3 colors, and supports monitors up to 32 inches, so all small and standard-sized monitors will work perfectly fine. If you have a particularly large monitor, like some of the recent ultra-wide models, you will need to look at a different option. The main drawback to this monitor arm over others is the fact that it's a little more expensive than many of the other options, but when you set it up you'll be able to see why.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.